Hello, MACKEM CABBIE here at home in my mini studio. So I was going to talk about Kristjaan Speakman, about his interview regarding of the new signings that we've done. And we're just going to have a listen and see what he says.
Yeah, really satisfied with the players we brought in over the course of the window. I think towards the back end it always gets a little bit frenetic. Some of that is by design, some of it's not. But yeah, overall really pleased.
Obviously a great start to the season as well. Could it have gone any better in your eyes?
No, I mean, I think to start the season, as we have done, not just in terms of the outcomes, i.e. winning the games, but I think in terms of the performances, the adaptation of the team into the style and the identity we're trying to play. Really pleased with loads of it. And obviously look super pleased for Regis, to come into a new environment, new football club, and obviously to get such a good start is obviously fantastic confidence for him and obviously fantastic confidence for everyone else.
And if we can just talk about the signings made on deadline day, so you've got Milan coming in, Abdullahi as well. Tell us what attracted you to them, because they're quite hard players to get a hold of. How were you able to scout them and do your homework?
Yeah, well, the two different types of players there really. Both been tracked for a long period of time. Milan was a player we were really interested in for a significant period of time, and the issue there was just the number of competitors we were up against to try to acquire his signature. And the boy quite rightly wanted to take his time to make the right decision, and I think for us to come out on top in that sort of competitive arena was really pleasing for us. He's a young player who's shown real signs of future potential, and obviously this week's playing for the Serbian national team, so it gives you a bit of an idea about the calibre. Ahmed's a slightly different one. Ahmed was someone we felt was outside of our reach, and due to some different changes in the market, it became more available towards the back end, and we decided to be opportunistic and make a move to get him. And really pleased. I think they're both two players that can help in the medium term, but obviously fantastic for us in the long term as well.
Transfer window is now shut now, but obviously free agents are still available. Is that a market that you're willing to look into at all?
Yeah, we always look into it. I think you've always got to balance around where those players are at, and what the need of the team is at the minute. And it's something we always look at, because I think you have to be. You have to be opportunistic. You have to see where there's opportunities. But ultimately as well, the group's in a really strong place at the minute. So we want to be focused on who we have in the building, who we don't have in the building.
And just finally, from me, how much did Regis have to say on the signings that were brought in? Was he consulted? Were you able to talk to him and say, this is what we're looking at?
Yeah, I think it's a really strange question, because I know every time we do the transfer discussions, people talk about, how much influence does the coach have. It's an absolute collaboration between, myself, himself, ownership, recruitment team, to try to ensure we've got the right players in the building. So he's been part of everything from start to finish. He knows more about some players than others, naturally. But obviously, like I said, we're trying to meet a profile and obviously a certain part of the squad, and we don't do that unless we're all happy with it.
It's just I ask because a lot of the fans think, that it's you calling the shots in the window, and maybe Regis doesn't have a lot of say.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Yeah, well, as the sporting director, you're accountable for all those things, definitely. So, but I think we've never wanted to sign players that coaches don't feel can add value to the team. Now, as you get a little bit further away from the team, into the under-21 group, etc., a head coach will, have maybe less understanding around the type of player it is, and obviously has less impact around what the team is doing at the minute. But all these transfers that we're bringing in that are part of, the immediate squad, he has absolute, full sight over all those elements, and is bought into what we're trying to do. So there's no issues on our side of the fence in terms of how we sign players. Like I said, I think it's just a little bit of mystique out there.
Well, there we go. I think that's a really well put together interview by Kristjaan Speakman. He did have his critics. I mean, even me was moaning about that. Do you know what I mean? What's going on with the signings and this and that and the other? But you got to take your hats off to the guy. Oh, my glasses are a bit okay. You've got to take your hats off to the chap. I mean, the way we've started, absolutely. Mundell and Co. and who he's bringing in. Yeah, we're a bit dubious still about Rusin and maybe Oshish and things like that, but the table doesn't lie at this current moment. We've still yet to see how the other two players gel in and how they do. We've yet really to see how Pavida and Wilson do, to be honest with you. Wilson Isador, they didn't really get enough chance, but I say hopefully this the break for the international football is going to help with that. But yeah, I think that's, got to give him a lot of credit and see how things go. But at the moment it's all good. And I'm happy with the response that Regis Lebrie's been doing and the response he's given, should I say. Very confident. It didn't say anything about yes or no about free transfers, but that's always an option when we do get injuries and stuff. So there we go. I think that's a good interview by Kristjaan Speakman. So there we go. We will catch you later. I'll be doing some more videos tomorrow. Until then, catch you later. Ta-ra.